What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dylan Talks Tone. Today we got a fun one. This is a guitar that I've been kind of after for a long time, and I guess I just had to wait until they reissued them. This is the Hello Kitty Squier. I think in the mid or late 2000s, I think they issued this guitar, and of course now they're super collectible. They're hard to find, and they want a lot of money for them. And so as a result of the popularity of them, I guess Fender said, you know what, we're going to make some more. And actually the popularity of the Hello Kitty brand, right? So before we get into the rest of this video, there's a couple things. One, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and the like button. And two, this is not going to be a normal guitar review. You can go on the internet anywhere and you can see somebody shredding all over this guitar and blah, 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 right? But what I want to know, because I'm a pickup builder, so what I want to know is, first of all, is the guitar good? Second of all, how does it sound? And is it going to be good for everybody, right? And if not, what improvements can we make? So let's get straight into this thing. First of all, it's a Squier. It's made in China. It is licensed by, what's the name of this company again? Oh yeah, Sanrio. So a lot of people are like, well, how can this thing be $499? Well, first of all, we got to talk about licensing. Anytime you have a brand licensed on something, that company gets a cut of whatever this guitar costs. And an inexpensive guitar like this doesn't have that much profit in it anyway. So you have to build some licensing cost into that guitar. So there's going to be some costs associated with that. So the bottom line is you're paying, some of what you're paying for is the fact that it is a licensed Hello Kitty product, okay? Which is a huge business worldwide. For those of you in the United States who think it's weird to have a pink guitar, who think that who cares about this, like it's some sort of novelty thing, well, you're in the minority, because this is a global thing. Hello Kitty is a global phenomenon, especially, of course, in Japan. So this is something that you may not understand, but trust me, other people do, okay? So, you know, calm down in the comments. Second of all, it's a good guitar. First of all, let's look at what this thing comes with. Look at the case that it comes with. It comes with a gig bag. It comes with an embroidered, branded gig bag that says Hello Kitty on the front, that's got the pink pulls, and it's a nice gig bag, actually. Here's the thing. What other $500 guitar can you think of that comes with a gig bag at all? What other $1,000 guitar comes with a gig bag that you can think of? I mean, there are some, right? So you go like a PRS Silver Sky SE or something, but a lot of the Fenders, well, none of the Fender Squiers come with them. A lot of Mexican Fenders don't come with gig bags. So I think that's pretty cool. When you figure what does a gig bag cost now, maybe even for that one, what, $90 or so, something like that, to buy a gig bag. So that's pretty cool. And then we get into the features of the guitar itself. We've got a maple neck. We've got a body that is actually Fender thickness. I compared it to one of my other Fender Stratocasters. It is the actual Fender thickness, so it's not like like an affinity or something. The matching peg head, which is cool, which doesn't just jump on there for free, right? That costs something, with a little branding right there. And then we've got these white tuner buttons, which is really cool. The tuners work fine. They're the safety post style tuners. We have a nut. We have frets. The frets are fantastic. They're flat. They're polished. The ends are good. The finish on the neck is great. We've got red side dots and red top dots to match the bow on Hello Kitty's head there. We've got a very nice finish on the guitar. Nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing, no flaws in it really. Just a good finish of the guitar. The Hello Kitty pick guard. This is not a sticker. This is actually I would say, like a 3 mil pick guard. The one caution, hey buddy, The one caution I would say is that this is like a sublimated print on here. So if you're gonna play this, chances are you might scrape her nose off right there, you know, as you play, or in the bow, but that'll look cool over time, I suppose, as you continue to play the guitar, because I encourage you to play the guitar live. We've got a volume knob with no tone, and we've got pink lettering to match in the volume knob. We've got a humbucker. It is a humbucker. We'll get to that in a minute. And we've got a hardtail bridge here, which is kind of the Squier style hardtail bridge with the 4 screws that bolts it down. It's fine. You can adjust the intonation on it. Everything seems fine. Flip it around to the back and you can see the hardtail there. You can see the control plate for the single volume knob. You can see the fact that it's a string through like that. And then of course the Hello Kitty branding on the back as well. The guitar is very light. It feels good. It plays good. It's got 9s on it. I cannot stand Fender strings. I don't like them at all. But to just get through this, we just got through this. So let's go ahead and hear this. Now here's the thing. I'm going to show you what I do when I get a new guitar, when I start to look at what I'm trying to listen for to decide if a pickup is any good or not. Okay? There's a couple of concerns that I had with this pickup. When I pulled it out of the box, and many people in the comments of the unboxing were like, I can't believe it. Yeah, you're a pickup builder, so you're going to say the pickup is crap. I hadn't even heard it yet. In fact, to this point right now, shooting this video, I hadn't even played the guitar. What you're going to see in a minute is the very first impressions I got of this guitar when I played it for the very first time, like I always do with every new guitar. So I'm going to give you that. The thing I don't like about it before even playing it is the build quality of the pickup. It's kind of crooked. The tape around the outside is all frayed and it's on top of the pickup. It's like whoever built this pickup just didn't care, which is sort of weird to me because the rest of the guitar is fantastic. So I said the build quality of the pickup is subpar. I don't know how it sounds up until this point when you and I are talking about it and hanging out here. So let's go ahead and listen to this thing and see what we think. Okay, first impressions. I mean, I'm literally giving you the real looks on my face. First impressions, clean. The thing's good. For 99% of players, this is going to be a great guitar. Like I said, the setup is great. It plays great. It's fine. The pickup is actually pretty good. When you start to think about a pickup that functions and a pickup that sounds decent, it sounds decent. We'll get into the nuances of it here in a minute. But I think for a normal guitar that everybody just goes and buys and plays, I think you'll be very happy with it. I've gotten inexpensive guitars before that I immediately was like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is not that. This is a very good, inexpensive humbucker pickup. It's great. let's put some crunch on it and see what we think. It still sounds pretty good. Now, here's where I start to get into the little nuances of things, right? I think it's great. And again, I think 99% of people are going to be happy with it. So I'm not saying it's bad. But what I'm saying, the things that I miss when I look at a pickup is, number one, the clarity of it as you start to pile some gain on top of it. It's pretty good, actually, but you can tell that it starts to sort of go away. And the more you push gain onto it, the more it doesn't like it as far as clarity is concerned and note definition, which is really important to me. So when you just heard just now, the other thing is the dynamics of the pickup. So as we turn the volume down, what I want it to do is sort of clean up. I want the drive that we've put on there to sort of go away and sort of clean up as the volume drops, right, with the pot. That doesn't happen with this pickup, and the volume just goes away, and then all of a sudden it just shuts off, right? So part of that's the pot taper, but a lot of that is the dynamics of the pickup itself. What I want is I want that crunchy sound that we just heard to go from 10 to about 7 on the knob and be relatively clean, where you could play it into a low-powered amp and you could just use the volume knob to kind of adjust kind of how much crunch you've got on that pickup. That is something that's very important to me as a pickup builder. So while this would be good for about 99% of people, a lot of folks are just going to buy this guitar, they're going to play it on 10, and it's going to be pretty awesome, which I 100% agree with. But if you're trying to kind of take things to the next level, that's where this inexpensive pickup sort of falls apart. So let's go ahead and put a bunch of gain on it and then look at it. So here are a couple of other aspects that I look for. One, obviously you could hear that it doesn't clean up very good, right? It just kind of, the volume goes down, and then it just sort of goes away. Hey buddy, good boy. Good boy. The other thing is that the more gain you put on it, which for me, this guitar is gonna be sort of a gainier guitar. I'm gonna use higher gain sounds with this guitar. I just think the juxtaposition of the pink and the stereotypical things that morons will say in the comments about it, I think it just needs to be a higher gain guitar. So in order to do that, we need the pickup to work well with high gain. With this particular one, I think what happens a little bit is the note definition between the notes goes away, and so it starts to just sound like all the notes all at once and just a bunch of crunch. I want to hear that as I'm playing, no matter how much gain is poured onto it. I want to be able to hear all the notes as I play, which I think this guitar is not quite as good at. So when we go ahead and put another pickup in here, we're going to see that that's going to change quite a bit, that it's going to clean up better with the knob. It's going to have more note definition, and it's just going to have overall clarity, and you're going to be able to hear all those notes. Now, that's just because I'm a pickup builder, and I like to make things better. I'm a problem solver, and I enjoy solving those problems. Does that mean that this guitar is bad? No, not at all. It is phenomenal. This, honestly, to tell you the truth, this is probably in my opinion, one of the best value Squiers in quite a while. And I know that a lot of people will disagree with me on that because it's a $4.99 Squier. But here's the thing. Gig bag, great finish, great frets, a lot of kind of little extra appointments, right? And the fact that you got to pay for the licensing if you're going to have a Hello Kitty guitar. If it's not your thing, I get it. But for those of us that like something that's a little bit weird, for those of you that are familiar with the channel, you'll know that I really like pink and purple. That's kind of like some of our stuff around here. I've got a bunch of pink pocket knives. We've got pink fountain pens. I've got 3 other pink guitars, not cheap ones. I've got a pink 1911 that is not cheap. I've got a lot of pink stuff. I think it's really cool. And I think it's rock and roll. So whether you agree with that or not, I kind of don't care, but I just think it's super cool. And I think this is a guitar that if you're into this, you should grab one. There's a link to it in the description. If you use that link, it does help out the channel. If you don't have to, if you don't want to, but it does help out the channel. And I think everybody should grab one of these if you can. I know that they're kind of coming in and out of stock because they are very popular. For everybody who says this is the dumbest thing ever, well, they're selling out faster than they can make them. So obviously you are wrong. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. If you have questions about pickups, go to dylantalkstone.com and we can make your guitar sound better as well. We'll see you soon.